What's going on? This is No Bad Days. I'm Ryan. It is a gloomy day here in beautiful southern Ontario. April showers brings May flowers, I guess they say. I just wanted to jump on here. I got a couple minutes while I wait for my wife to get home. I have to pick her up at the airport and just give a little update on the car, and as well as some common BMW N52, in this case the B30 motor issues. So just recently I had an oil change done and went to a gas station, and I believe that I got some bad gas. I've been to this gas station twice previously, and the time before that I ended up replacing coil packs and spark plugs, and I can't guarantee that it was the gas, but it's a sketchy gas station. I just had to stop there again. Now all of a sudden I start getting codes for my throttle position sensor and my Vanos. So this is where it all begins. So in my hand here I hold the old Vanos. So if you don't know what these are a common failure point, or even consumable, you could even call, on a N52 BMW motor. The purpose of them is that they go in the front of your motor and they read some stuff. So that's not the purpose of them. That's what they do. They go at the front of the motor. I don't know what they read. Oil passes by them, tells your car what the timing's supposed to be or something like that. Doesn't really matter. They fail. This is what you need to replace. It's a pretty simple procedure. All you have to do is undo one bolt at the front, make sure the engine's cool, slide this bad boy out, pull the little O-ring off with it, new O-ring on the new one, put a little oil around it, bolt it back in. There's two of them on the car. These are the exact same part. Doesn't matter where you put each one, just make sure you put the original wiring on the right cylinder or the right Vanos hole. Also threw a code for, set that down, throttle position sensor. That's a whole nother part. That's this little part in my hand here. So I had to replace two of these as well. Long story short, replace all those stupid things, and a new code comes up. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the same kind of system. So we went back in. I did my research. You know, I went back in and found that some people, after oil changes, there's a little cage attached to the top of your fuel filter cap, and there's a little grommet on the bottom. In my case, that grommet had gone somewhere. So now we're on to the next thing. That's causing it to throw those same codes on other people's experience. So I've just bought a new oil filter cap from BMW to the tune of $100 naturally. So we're gonna throw that in tomorrow. Hopefully that clears it up. Car's running fine. It doesn't idle weird, short of the odd time when I'm sitting at a stoplight. It'll do like a drop in RPM and bump back up and then level out. But it only does that on sporadic times. Apparently what that's doing is the timing is retarding. So I don't know, I gotta get it figured out. Long story short, it needs to get sorted out. I've replaced everything else. Hopefully this fuel filter cap fixes it. If not, I don't know, we just push it into the Niagara Falls or something. I don't know. That's my only solution at this point. So aside from that, what have we done? We've got the new Weds Cerberus 2s and 20 by 9 front, 20 by 10.5 rears have just been refinished. So I'm gonna flip this camera around. As you can see, looking fresh with those new polished lips. These lips have been done by JB Maff. The car is filthy at the moment. Like, there's bird poop on it. The wheels haven't been cleaned in a week, so ignore that. But they've been fully cleaned, polished, got all the burring around from the curb rash that the previous owner put on it, because these were all black before. So we pulled the faces out and redid them, redid all the hardware, like cleaned it all up. They're looking sick. So not only were the lips polished, but Jason uses a material called Cerakote, I believe it's called. It's basically a clear coat, and it's commonly used on pew-pews, if you know what I mean. It's very thin coating, very protective, and it's a clear coat. So this should really keep these lips pretty much maintenance free, or if they do need any cleaning, just wiping them off. Traditionally with a polished wheel, you're cleaning them with polish often. I've had a bunch of polished wheels. If you follow me, you know I've had a gazillion different sets of wheels. Polished wheels are a lot of upkeep. They look amazing, but they are a lot of upkeep. So I'm really feeling how these look now. It really makes them pop so much better. The all black, I don't know, not my thing. But when buying used wheels, you kind of got to get what you get, and you make them work for you. So these have been re-drilled to 5x120, also by JB Maff. Follow him on Instagram for more details. We've got the K2 Industry tails on there, looking bad as ever. I love the clear tail look. I don't know, maybe it's the early 2000s car modifier in me, but I've been modifying cars since the late 90s. I've had a ton of different cars. This taillight, I don't know, it does it for me. LED, so go to K2 Industries to get yours. Great customer service, they've always been good to me. I have a bunch of their parts on my E46 that I sold, and yeah, awesome people over there, so go check them out. Yeah, here's how it's looking now. I pulled off the side skirt extensions. I don't even know if I had a recent video with them on. They're the Maxton Designs pieces, and I also pulled off the trunk wing, and I pulled off the rear roof spoiler. It just kind of cleaned it up for me. I don't know, it was just a lot going on, and I just like this kind of cleaner, subtle look. I may do something with the side skirts, customizing them somehow, maybe lower them a little bit by cutting them and extending them. We'll see. Right now the car's sitting good, I'm happy with it. Drop the front down more just to tuck that front wheel a little bit lower. This is pretty much as low as it can go on these current coilovers, so who knows, maybe someday bags, who knows, maybe custom metal fenders, just anything could happen if I hang on to this car. I feel at this point, with everything that's been done to it, it just kind of makes sense to keep it. I'm not usually somebody that keeps cars, but yeah, at this point I might as well just start keeping them. I don't do anything with them when I sell them anyway, so I just end up buying another car and spending the money on it. So keep this one, maybe just get another car come fall, but I'm feeling it. So it's nice, a little VIP kind of ish vibe to it. And I should note that I am at a very weird abandoned inn hotel thing in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. It's called the Waterloo Inn. It's big actually. This like side doesn't really show the size of it. It struggled, I guess, for years. I remember coming here as a kid and they had a great brunch, and then it just kind of changed hands a bunch of times. This is going to get developed eventually, like where we are. The city's just booming with development, and there's some weird stuff going on here. But there's a college here called Conestoga College that's kind of embroiled in a little bit of a scandal here, and they are kind of what people would consider a diploma mill or factory. Basically bringing in students to just get easy, I should say foreign students, to come in and get easy diplomas and or easy enrollment, just so they can charge them a ton of money. If you Google what they made in enrollment in the last year, it's pretty crazy. And basically people just move here from other countries and sign up to take like a 1-year certificate program for hairdressing. That gets them into the country, gets their citizenship quicker. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to say anything about that, but it's like this company's out here just to make money. So long story short, they've had to rent this from whoever the owners are to put some of their students, because they don't have housing for their students because they brought in so many students. So that's what this is going to be. This is going to be student housing for Conestoga College, and it's got a few hundred rooms here. It's a pretty big spot, cool pool and everything, but it is rough. So previously, during the pandemic, they had one of the men's homeless shelters. People were living here because the shelter had run into some issues. So they're living here, then there was a fire, and long story short, here we are. So that's where I am, videotaping this. Anyways, the car, the hotel, lots of good things going on, and you know, hopefully we have some content of some other exciting stuff soon. I know it's not that exciting just to watch me talking about my car, but as we roll into the summer, there's going to be some good hot activities. So that's all I've got today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. This is No Bad Days. I'm Ryan. Take care.